Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Now, all week we've been telling you about a new segment that we're introducing, and it's timely, it's relevant, and I know you will want to listen into it, participate, be a part of it. It's brought to you by the Caribbean Home Help Agency, and we'd like at this time to welcome Paul Marshall of Caribbean Home Help, as well as Natasha Walks, also of Caribbean Home Help. And in this segment, we're going to be looking at a whole host of things, but it really centers around elderly care. So welcome and good morning. It's so good to start this wonderful segment with you. Welcome to Morning Barbados.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, I'm going to start with you, Paul. Good to see you. I used to see you every day.
Yes.
Yes, the children went to school together, and now they're in different places. But we're here for a very, very worthy cause. We're talking about elderly care, and I've had a taste of that myself. Sometimes I don't believe we could truly anticipate what you really have to look at. Even as younger people, sometimes we don't think ahead in planning, in how we build our homes, in how we prepare for retirement. And in this segment, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be dealing with these things and a whole lot more. So let's start by introducing our viewers to Caribbean Home Help. And I know how it got started or how you got involved is something that's very personal to you, Paul.
Yes. Good morning, Barbados. Caribbean Home Help was really born out of my own personal crisis, taking care of both my mom and my dad. My dad was very ill about 3.5 years ago, and he eventually died. And during that period of time, I wasn't really happy with the resources that were available for those types of situations. And I decided to start a company that would help people that were in the same situation I was in. So I didn't look at it from just a nursing agency side of things. I really looked at it as a comprehensive care. So that's how it really started.
All right. I know that there are things that you know when you find out when you're in a situation that you don't necessarily think about when it is kind of unfolding or before you are kind of thrust into these situations. And when I say thrust, it might seem strange because, I mean, it's going to happen. As long as you're here, you're going to grow old as long as you're still alive. But I feel like nobody truly wants to really start the conversation or think about it. So talk to me now about what you do generally. I don't know if this is a question for you, Natasha, or you'd like to defer to Mr. Marshall, but talk to me about what it is that you offer at Caribbean Home Help.
Okay, yes. We have an all-inclusive package, so to speak. So we don't only deal with the client, but we deal with the entire home. So we go from nursing care, you have transport, wheelchair transport, you can have stretcher transport. We even move on into home maintenance. So say if the grass is overgrown, we can do that for you. If there's a leaking faucet, we can fix that. So we encompass an entire package to have the family have a ease of mind, you know, that they will still be comfortable knowing that although, yes, I am not feeling 100%, but everything is taken care of. So that's what we try to do, give you that ease, that peace of mind in everything. So
and
that's some of what we do.
That makes a great difference when you're able to lean on someone. In this instance, we're talking about the Caribbean Home Help Agency. When you're able to lean on an agency or someone, sometimes it might seem so small, but it is that next thing on a long list of things that you're trying to get through while you're caring for this person or these people whom you love dearly. So let's delve into these services a little bit more, because I'm intrigued. Like I said, I myself have had some experience with an elderly relative of mine, and you know, sometimes just basic things you don't think about, from a lift on the toilet so that they can sit, to really helping them getting around,
Yes.
to taking baths, to helping them dress. They're still alive, they're still living, so getting exercise in, going out and fraternizing. So I would
Yes.
imagine it's a long list of things which we will work through in the coming weeks, but in terms of what you offer to help people along, I'm sure that, you know, people are very intrigued to find out even more.
Yes, we tend to look at it from this way. We don't just look at the patient. We try to look at the person and their needs. So we also provide nursing care, but once we've established what your needs are, we will tailor a package which would also include maintenance of the household, both indoor and outdoor, transportation. We even have monitoring services for people who do have dementia who may walk away, and we essentially can track them down to a location. Those things become very important when you have someone living alone, because we do have a lot of clients who live overseas who contact us because of our all-inclusive approach to care.
And even people who live in the home with the parents, you still have to work.
Yes.
So you might need some assistance during the day. And I know here in the Caribbean, we think about, you know, there's a great deal of guilt that a lot of children or adults go through, but, you know, they're your parents, so you're their children, go through in thinking about putting their parents in long-term care. And I speak with friends even now who feel guilty about doing it. But, you know, once you have age sets in, if you have dementia or Alzheimer's that you're working with, then it truly can be challenging to think about what you're doing, just doing basic errands, maybe going to the supermarket, and then having this person, like you said, Mr. Marshall, maybe walk away from home or something of a sort. So, I mean, this is revolutionary for us in this part of the world. I know that some of the services are offered in small part, but then to have a complete package being offered that is tailored specifically to you makes all of the difference. Another aspect that I love about what you offer is sometimes you find yourself fishing around for professionals in particular area, whether it's a healthcare provider, someone to do some rehab work, someone to do some exercise. All of these are things then that you have to look around, and sometimes you want to have someone who can give you a true review.
Yes.
And share with you who are the real professionals and who are good at what they do, so that you don't have to shop to try to pick professionals. And I know this is also a service that is a part of what you offer at Caribbean Home Help.
That is correct. We have a team of professionals. We call them our care reps. And when you interface with us by calling us on or even online, they will be there to assess what your needs are. But they're also, after the fact, when they work with you to determine the entirety of what you need, they follow up with you. And I think that's the most important part of our job, when we do our follow-up, to ensure that you are happy with the service that you're getting.
Ms. Walks, talk to me about some of the things that probably jumped out at you after working directly with the project, because for me personally, I think we think about these things, but until you've kind of walked in the shoes, you really don't see some of the things that seem so small become so large. It's like a mountain to get over. So what are some of these things that you've recognized that, you know, people just need what might be seen as basic help with, that they can't get through, that you are offering as a service?
Okay. Well, must first say I love my job. I love what I do. In joining the Caribbean Home Help team, it opened my eyes, because I always wanted to do something to help persons. So it gave me that opportunity to help persons in their times of need. I see that persons really need someone to be there for them, a companion. Some of the elderly, they're just there. They don't have anyone to talk to have conversation with. So they need someone to hear them out and to make them feel like they matter and they're still alive, you know. And I see that is one of the biggest things. Also, there's sometimes they can't help themselves. So someone to go in to help them do daily tasks, cleaning, giving them a meal. That, I think that is one of the biggest things that I have seen. Just someone just to be there, to show them that they care and that they still feel like they're human, you know, and not that I'm just here by the wayside. So that is the biggest thing. Yeah.
Ms. Walks, I hear you completely. Companionship.
Yeah.
Some people just need someone to sit with them, to have a conversation.
Play a game.
Play a game.
Yeah.
And so that's important. In terms of, I know we hear a lot about care during the day. Sometimes you might have a function, you may need to work late. Talk to us about the services in that regard. In terms of helping, are these things you will be moving toward in future? I know once you start to expand, there are definitely other areas that you will have to move into.
Yes.
But for Caribbean Home Help, you know, I'm truly excited about the prospects, and I know we've had extensive discussion on it. So I'm really excited about where we can go, and I think it's so needed, not only here in Barbados, but across the region. And I know you are reaching out so that you'll be able to assist people not only here in Barbados, but across the world, across the Caribbean as well. Who knows, maybe in the world too.
Yes. We have a quite open mind because we're here to provide services based on the needs of our clients. So there is possibilities in the future that we will have a facility. But right now we're focused on keeping people comfortable at home. And right now, yes, we operate both in Barbados and Trinidad. And we've been operating in Trinidad for the last 2 years. So we do have some interesting new announcements to make. We can't make them at this time.
Yeah, we definitely will be talking about it, but I'm going to make sure that I stay on Paul so we can talk about this. This is a conversation that we need to have, not only about our aging parents, but we need to have a conversation with ourselves, because we're going to be delving into topics, everything to do from, you know, moving your body and exercise to thinking about the way that you build that dream home and how that can take away from you aging comfortably in future. So we know there are a number of needs that the elderly have, you know, just like the rest of us. And I think companionship and aging gracefully are at the top of my list. We want to make sure that you take care of that. And Caribbean Home Help, they are definitely here to help with that. So healthcare, they have professionals that they work with. You don't have to worry about that because they're going to make those connections with you. I know, Ms. Walks, you mentioned some social connections. That's very important. We're going to be talking about financial security and some of the ways that you can help your parents or elderly people in your lives, or you can help yourself if you're living alone. Of course, being safe and making your house accessible. That's something else we're going to be looking at over the time. Mental health support, tying into the companionship too, is very important. I love that you're providing transportation. Very, very important. Sometimes I feel so bad driving along, especially since we don't have sidewalks and so on. So, you know, what people forget is at some point in time, we talk about the disabled, but as we get older, accessibility is going to be an issue for everybody. Even to step upon, you know, something, you know, this high could turn out to be a challenge. So we have to look at the built environment, not only what we are doing on a personal level, but what's happening around us. So overall, it's important to recognize the needs of the elderly And we have here in Caribbean Home Help a team that's willing to work with you on whatever your needs are and what you expect to do. So final words from you, Mr. Marshall, on what you've been working on over this time. Again, very personal, and when a business is born out of need, I find it builds your passion, and it really and truly connects with people on a level that you can't describe. So final words for you.
Well, I just want to let everyone know that during these segments, we want to deal with some of the challenges that many of you may be facing. And the intention is to make sure that we bring our professionals here to assist you with any of those challenges. And you can always reach out to us via our website, CaribbeanHomeHelp.com, or you give us a call at 629-4251, and our care professionals are there waiting to assist you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Tisha.
All right, so they're going to be back. We're going to do this segment every week. And I heard you, Miss Walks, when you said, she closed her eyes when she said, I love my job. And that's wonderful to see people doing what they love. So we want you to remember that, they're taking a multifaceted approach to addressing some of the requirements in a comprehensive way. And we've laid out some of that for you, but we will be sharing more in time to come. Thank you so much, Paul Marshall and Natasha Walks of Caribbean Home Help. Remember, you can call them on 629-4251. Website is CaribbeanHomeHelp.com, or you can email CSR@CaribbeanHomeHelp.com. They're our partner for this new segment for the next couple of months. So we'll tell you more as time goes on.
Caribbean Home Help is a regional nursing agency built on the promise of a consistent and reliable service, where compassion is always at the center. Our in-home concierge services are a great solution for you and your loved ones. From companionship and specialized nurse care to household chores, errands, handyman services, or playing your favorite game, or someone to share a cup of tea and conversation. Let us empower you to start living the quality of life you deserve. Give us a call today or visit CaribbeanHomeHelp.com to get started.
Morning, morning, morning.